All right, we're going to get started. If everyone who's still standing could take their seat. Yeah, you can come up and take a seat if you'd like. Come take a seat if you'd like. If you'd like.
I'll let you select.
I'm the last one. So.
All right.
Now switch. All right, so good morning. Oh, good morning, John. Hot mic. Good morning. Welcome to NANOG 69 here in what looks to be sunny Washington, D.C. It's actually going to get warmer later this week, thankfully. It's going to be in the mid-60s, I think. So pretty fantastic weather. Welcome to what's colloquially known as the swamp. However, D.C. is not actually built on a swamp. That is a myth. I suggest you go read up on it. It's too long of a story for me to tell you from the podium. So we've got about 950 people here. Wouldn't surprise me if we actually break 1,000. Patrick thinks he won the pool on the number of people that we have here. 3 days of peer-reviewed content. We are, as always, have our commitment to supporting new operators. So there's a few NCI people, NANOG College Immersion Program people here in the room. If you're in the room, could you raise your hand if you're here with NCI? See a cluster over there, I think a couple over there. If you could go out of your way to say hi to these folks, that would be fantastic. But in general, I'm going to try something new here. So, first row, could you all please stand up? No, first row, just the first row. Okay, turn around. Be appropriate, Patrick. Second row, please stand up. First row, introduce yourself to the person behind you. All right. First row, you can sit down. Second row, stay up. Third row, please stand up.
So how many rows do we have to go back till they don't know each other?
I'll eventually get the whole room up. All right, second row, sit down. We'll get this sped up, I promise. Fourth row, please stand up. Introduce yourselves. While they're doing that, the fifth row, stand up. Yes. Sixth row.
So
Seven.
I never thought I'd see the NANOG attendees doing what you say, Dave. That's pretty impressive.
Is that?
I never thought I'd see them do what you asked them to do.
I know, it's crazy. Eighth row. Ninth row. All right, the rest of you stand up and say hi to the person in front of you and behind you. All right, if I could ask everyone to please take your seats. I promise there is lots more social time with your newfound friends, so if everyone could please take your seats. Thank you. Speaking of social time, a big thank you to our sponsors. You see this slide here, our host links, Verizon for connectivity, and then the rest of our premium sponsors. They make the various events that you'll attend here possible, including the breakfasts, the lunches, the social after the meeting, beer and gear, so on and so forth. NANOG as an organization has a commitment to keeping that sponsored content out of this room. And so what we find to be very important is this firewall between what you see presented here, the people who will talk to you from this podium as well as other podiums in this conference, and what will go on in the hallways and what will happen at beer and gear. That is paid time. People are paying for your attention, and we thank you for attending those events. But here, people are submitting quality content. Our program committee is vetting that quality content and is deciding whether or not it is appropriate for here, and Sean can speak to the neutrality of that. One other note, membership, very important to those of you who want to participate in the organization as a whole. So, having a membership allows you to vote in our elections, participate in our committees, or run for the board, and you get various member benefits. For those of you who are members, we've invited you to a special lunch tomorrow, where we're gonna have some outside speakers attend. If you're not a member and you would like to attend that lunch, you can still join and you can still attend that lunch. So I believe it's nanog.org, and there's a big old button on the left that says membership. And you can also show up, if you're a member, to the membership breakfast tomorrow, where we will talk about various goings-on in the organization. One other piece of note is that, or note in general, is that we have a new technology provider that replaced Veriland, and so the streaming is now on YouTube Live. So for those of you who have complained over the years that our old streaming service is clunky and hard to use, it doesn't get much easier than using YouTube. And so you can find that from the homepage. The new company name is Cascadia. They're here. They want your feedback. Please give it to them. And with that, I'd like to introduce our host, Mr. John Souter, who is the CEO of Lynx. John.
Thanks, Dave, and welcome to NANOG, everyone. I found myself surprisingly apprehensive about doing this for a number of reasons. And yesterday evening, I reached the point of thinking, yeah, maybe I should chicken out and get someone else to do it. So I rang Josh Snowhorn, who I acknowledge as the master of doing this. I sat through his welcome presentation in Dallas and thought, yeah, that's a guy who knows what he's doing. Josh was willing to listen to my entreaty to take over from me and impersonate me, but he said I'd given him insufficient notice and he hadn't brought socks and sandals to wear, so he didn't feel he could do a good job of representing me, so I decided at that point I should do it myself. So again, welcome everyone. I haven't got a long presentation to make. I just want to make a couple of points. We, Lynx members and staff, have been coming to NANOG since the very beginning. I feel like I've been to an awful lot. I haven't tried to count how many I've been to. And we really enjoy and appreciate the sense of community that NANOG has created. And, you know, testament to that from what Dave just had you do in the room. You were so willing to stand up and meet other people. Lynx is a mutual. That means that we're owned by the service providers that we provide services to. We happen to think that's a good model, and it helps us in appreciating the NANOG spirit and NANOG community. As you may know, we have exchanges in the UK, initially started in London, and we also have one here in the United States in North Virginia. We're hoping that one side effect of sponsoring NANOG in this way is that that will become a little bit better known, and we've got some ideas about how we might make that happen while we're here. So we have quite a big team of people here, an unusually large team this time. Could you all wave? Those people who were members of staff try and resist the temptation to wave if you're no longer on staff, as we have some of those too. So we're going to do two things. We're sponsoring the social tonight, and we hope you'll all join us with that. And then if you either are a member of Links or you're interested in becoming a member of Links, then there are a number of ways in which you can talk to us. We, as part of the sponsorship package, we've got a dedicated meeting room, so if you want to come and find us there, that will be cool. We're also running an event on Thursday. For those of you who want to come and hear a more dedicated session, you need to register for that, but it's easy to do. So again, just talk to any of the staff that are here if you'd like to do so. And with that, I'm done. Again, welcome to NANOG, and let's hope we have a very successful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And with that, one challenge that we always face every time we bring a meeting is that pretty much no one in the room would tolerate it if we just bought hotel internet and gave you guys a passcode. I think we've all tried that at various events, and it's just not going to happen. And so thankfully, Verizon stepped up and was able to bring us connectivity to the hotel. And with that, I'd like to introduce Robert Leitner from Verizon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I grew up in Nebraska, so I'm easily excitable, so apologize for that. Well, welcome. And I'll tell you, I am really happy to be here, and I'm truly proud that Verizon had the opportunity to become the connectivity sponsor for NANOG 69. It really has been a pleasure, and I'm a big advocate of giving kudos within Verizon. And that starts with people like Valerie Kahn from NANOG, and also in partnership with my teammate Travis Behrens to really kind of put this together. So thank you for that. So really, what I do in Verizon, just as in terms of brief introduction, is I am in product marketing, and I oversee all of our public IP or dedicated internet, and also private IP MPLS products globally for our channel called Verizon Partner Solutions. So the best way I can surmise it is VPS is simply our wholesale arm in which we sell to other carriers different products and services. And I think what's interesting to me in my role is the simple fact that Verizon truly has a very large and very robust network. The heritage starting back with UUNet in terms of our IP network, all the way now to this point whereby my role is simply just to simplify all the complicated things that our network can actually provide in terms of products and services. So Verizon in our network, we connect people, places, and things securely, safely, and reliably. That's what our network does. However, when we think about how do we enable some of these features within our network in a global scale, we have more than 160,000 employees as part of Verizon to make that happen. And so what I think it's interesting and sometimes gets lost is that within Verizon, certainly in the US, we're very fortunate in terms of all the branding that Verizon Wireless does for us, right? So I think Verizon is a pretty well-known brand, but when we think about international, Asia Pac, Europe, Latin America, and other parts of the globe, you know, I think it gets lost in terms of what some of our network capabilities are. So just a couple factoids for you. Verizon serves 99%, about 99% of all Fortune 1000 customers or end users, companies, in a variety of different products and services. Verizon also has more than 800,000 fiber route miles in our network, connecting all kinds of locations, end user, POPs, and whatnot. So this morning, interestingly enough, I tried to figure out, well, how do you kind of break that down? I mean, 800,000 fiber route miles is equivalent to 32 times around the circumference of the Earth. So it's a pretty big network. And you know, so we own one of the largest and most secure global IP networks. We span across 2,700 plus cities in 150 countries, and then also around across 6 continents, delivering voice and data services to all those parts of the globe. But I think when I look at our IP network specifically, we certainly have AS701, right? So I think we're all familiar with AS701, in which we provide all kinds of internet connectivity to Verizon Wireless. That's about 114 million subscribers sitting on Verizon Wireless's network. We have about 5.5 million Fios data customers sitting on our network. And we have a variety of different ASNs, AS701, AS702 in Europe, AS703 in Asia Pac, 15144 is our LATAM network, and 6167 is the primary for Verizon Wireless. And then just lastly, I'd be remiss not to mention VDMS, our Verizon Digital Media Services, in which that's our content delivery platform. That's AS15133. So I'm sure most of you have had some interaction with different aspects of our network. So lastly, just in terms of just outlining the slide, the service that we're actually providing you today, something we're actually quite proud of is the fact that in the hotel we have a Canoga Perkins 9145E. That's our network interface device. We're using a dedicated fiber pair directly from 1845 4th Street in order to deliver that Ethernet local access into the hotel and then terminating into a Juniper MX960. And then that just connects directly into the core of our AS701 network. So we have a 500 meg IDE circuit, and looking forward for you to use that. And so again, I wish you the best for this show and conference. Verizon is very proud to deliver a better experience for NANOG 69 and for all of you. Thank you for your time. Have a great time. Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And then lastly for the opening, I'd like to introduce Sean Kennedy, who is the chair of the NANOG Program Committee. Sean, thank you.
Thank you, Dave. So welcome to everyone. I just want to welcome you all on behalf of the 18 volunteers of the program committee and the supporting staff that work to put this program together. As Dave mentioned earlier, all of the content here at NANOG 69 is peer-reviewed. So it was submitted by speakers, reviewed, and in some cases the PC members did shepherding to help improve those talks and get content. So we hope you'll enjoy it. We believe it's current, interesting content, and we welcome you to our program. Very quickly, if you want to see the agenda information, it is available online or in the guidebook application. For folks that are watching online, we are recording and webcasting as appropriate. Here in the ballroom, we webcast programs unless there was a specific request from the speaker not to webcast. In the breakout room, which is just to the side, we'll be recording, and those talks will be put up online. We try to get them up on YouTube as quickly as possible, so sometimes they're available next day for review, but basically we want to have quality videos available, so the time that it takes to get those in good shape is the time that it'll take to have it online. And when we close the conference, we expect to have everything by the end of the week available for folks to watch and share with their colleagues. The PC is accepting lightning talk submissions. Those are 10-minute or less presentations of current content. So if you had an idea while you're watching the Super Bowl or in the shower and you want to put together a quick abstract, submit it to the program committee. We'll be selecting 3 talks tonight for presentation in this room tomorrow. And then on Tuesday evening, we'll be selecting 3 more talks for a presentation Wednesday, I think early afternoon. Just some general reminders. A lot of the activity is here around the ballroom foyer. The breaks in the espresso bar are just out by registration. There are facilities there if you need them. Breakfast and lunch are upstairs at the Constitution Ballroom, and there's open seating where you can conduct meetings, do your work, take a quiet phone call across the hall in Farragut and Lafayette. Just a couple of reminders. We do have a microphone policy, and that is posted on the microphones, but in general, we're here to have a healthy discussion. We welcome debate, but we ask that you be respectful. If you ask questions of a speaker, please wait at the microphone for them to respond, and obviously, please no personal attacks in this forum. Lastly, we have social events that are provided by our sponsors. We'll hope you have a good time at those, but remember, your actions at those reflect on yourself, your employer, and the NANOG community. So have fun, be safe, and represent our community well. Lastly, the program that we present here at NANOG is constantly being revised, so we'll be asking for input on the talks that you've seen, the structure of the program, and that input can be provided via surveys online. And we're offering 3 giveaways for each day of the program for folks that respond to that. The PC does take that into consideration in revising the program for NANOG 70. So we do ask you to please provide us your input.